So today I wanted to look at celebrity tax troubles and what we can learn so that we don't find ourselves in trouble with the IRS and Uncle Sam. Now, there's been a lot of celebrities with a string of IRS and state tax troubles, but there's a few that I thought were entertaining enough and with lessons that we can all learn from. Let's start with Wesley Snipes, probably one of the most famous recent tax evasion cases. And starting in 2008, he was indicted on 3 counts of tax evasion because he just didn't file his tax returns. Now, there was a long string of trips to Africa and other things to try to escape the wrath of Uncle Sam, but in the end, he had to face the music. So he was able to settle out of court, get his tax returns filed, and he ended up owing a whole bunch of back taxes. But what the lesson is that we can learn here is no matter how long it's been since you filed your tax returns, if you haven't done them yet, you need to, because there's no statute of limitations that expires if you haven't filed your tax returns. So get them filed as soon as possible, even if you can't pay, and that'll get that statute of limitations clock ticking and get the IRS off your back. Now, in 2009, actor Chris Tucker actually had a $3.5 million lien that was filed on his home by the state of California. Why did they file a lien? Because he owed back taxes. So don't ignore those tax bills. If you can't pay, don't ignore it. They won't go away. And the state and federal governments can come in and just seize everything you own, including your bank accounts. Now, I've worked with hundreds of clients, and some of them, unfortunately, have been really unhappy when they come in one day and realize that there's $0 left in their bank account because the IRS or the state has come in and filed a lien and cleaned them out. And by the way, the bank will charge you a hefty fee for that as well. So don't be caught off guard or surprised. What you can do is request an installment agreement to make payments. And that way you don't have to worry about a lien. So if you've gotten a notice that has the threat of a lien in it, take it seriously and contact them. Communication is the key. Now remember, even illegal income is taxable, so don't forget to report all of your income. And don't worry about if you haven't gotten a 1099 for it either, because the IRS has their ways in an audit of proving what income you received during the year. You have to report all income, even if it's illegal. Now, the good news about that is that if you do have illegal income that you've reported, you're entitled to deduct expenses that you incurred to earn that income. So don't miss out on an opportunity for deductions, even if it's against, say, income earned from a booking business or something like that. That's how Al Capone got busted back in 1937. They tried to get him on all kinds of racketeering charges, but only the tax evasion would stick, and that's what ended up sending him to prison, where he died later. So don't find yourself caught in that same situation. Make sure your deductions are legitimate as well. You can't simply run away and hide by claiming a whole bunch of bogus deductions, and that's exactly what happened in 2007 to Joe Francis. You know, the Girls Gone Wild mogul. He took $20 million, in fact, in phony deductions. That's a big no-no as well. And so he was also indicted on tax evasion. Now, there are plenty of legal deductions, credits, loopholes to allow you legally to pay a lot less in tax. You just need a plan. So go about it the safe way. Take your legal deductions, credits, and loopholes, and you don't have to worry about prison. And that way you'll beat jail time as well. Now, just recently, this year in 2010, the rap mogul Snoop Dogg was reported to owe over $598,000 in back taxes. So if you find yourself in a similar situation where you owe a bunch in back taxes and you just don't have the ability to pay, maybe you've lost your job or a business is bad with the economy, there are options and remedies available to you. So contact the IRS. You might consider something called an offer in compromise, where sometimes they'll negotiate and accept pennies on the dollar for what you owe them. There's also installment plans available, which I mentioned earlier. They'll even let you pay your bill with a credit card and earn miles and frequent flyer points available. So if worse comes to worse, Bankruptcy might also be an option. There are very specific rules over when you can eliminate your tax debt in a bankruptcy. But if you plan things right, even if things haven't gone your way financially, you might be able to wipe the slate clean and start all over again. So I hope you've learned something from today's lesson. It's very easy to keep more of what you earn. You just need a plan in order to pay less tax. Until next time.